Hi guys! So, this channel has been left vacant for about 2 months now, and I thought that I would talk to y'all. I know there's only 2 subscribers, but you know, for whoever else may wander upon this channel and is wondering about foreign exchange students, this is for you. Okay, so we're just gonna deal with St. Bernard in the frame until she leaves. Okay, so at the beginning of December, my district had district interviews, and the way you got chosen for district interviews is if you passed your club interview, which was held in October, I believe. Hi, honey. So ours was held in October, and like 2 hours after my interview, they called me and like, hey, we want you to be an exchange student December 1st. Can you go to district interviews? So after they called me and told me that they wanted me to go to districts, I lost it. I cried so hard because I was so happy, because 20 minutes before I was thinking of all the things I did wrong in the interview. I was just like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be an exchange student. I was like beating myself up over it. I was just crying. So fast forward through the month of November, and you land yourselves on December 1st, which was our district orientation. And sadly, we didn't get to meet our, like, the head honcho for youth exchange in our district because she was sick. So the head honcho from a couple years ago led the thing. So all the people who were chosen to go to districts from my district, which is 5440, which covers a lot of space. Literally, it's 4 states. All of Wyoming, which is my state, and then a little chunk of Idaho, a little chunk of Nebraska, and a little chunk of Colorado. All those places gathered in a city at the community college, and we had our interviews. So we walked into the community college and turned in all your paperwork and all your missing paperwork that you didn't quite get into your application. I had like 2 things missing. Not a big deal. It was fine. And then the exciting thing is, after you turned all that stuff in and you wrote down your name tag and they said Group A or Group B, you went and got sized for your blazer. And that was so exciting. And since my monstrous arms are so long, it was incredibly hard to size a blazer, and I felt so fat because the girl in front of me got like a size 2 blazer, and she wasn't that much smaller than me, but I got like a size 8 or a size 10 because these monstrosities are so long, nothing fits me. They kept putting blazer after blazer after blazer on me to where my arms fit, but it looked like I was wearing a blazer meant for a hippopotamus. So that'll be fun when I get to put that on and have the right length sleeves, but a giant torso. After you got sized for your blazer, you went and sat down at tables and you did opening remarks. The inbounds did their little spiel. They went around the group and introduced themselves and said what district they were from, but I didn't meet every single one because not every single exchange student from the district went, because our district's so big. And after that, they split us up into 2 groups. So I was in Group A, I think. My parents and I were in Group A. So all the Group A people went on one side while they took our parents into another room and did something with them, and then Group B stayed on the other side of the room with their parents and did interviews with their parents there. And then on the other side, the kids, there were 6 tables, and there were 8 of us, so we had to do rotations, and 2 people got to rest while the other 6 went. And let me tell you, it is the most nerve-wracking thing when you have the president of the entire district interviewing you, and you're just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What do I say? Ah! So that was really scary, but along with going to the different tables and asking different questions, there were different exchange students at every table. And one table I happened upon, I found a lovely Indian named Sagar, and we are really good friends to this day. So, hi Sagar, how are you doing? So after that, after you go through all 8 stations, you have a little break where you got cookies and grapes and cheese and crackers and lemonade and coffee, and then you switch. And the parent interviews were really weird. There were two people at my table. There were me and a girl named Abigail and our parents. And the interviewers asked us questions, but our parents weren't allowed to talk. So I think it was trying to compare how we answered questions by ourselves versus with our parents. And there were four or five tables with that. So after the 2 groups got done interviewing, the exchange students had their country fair, which they just tried to convince us to go to their countries, and then we had to write down our top 3. And my top 3 were Germany, Switzerland, and India. And then we all went to lunch, and then we came back, and then we went home. And that night, 2 of my friends found out exactly where they were going a couple hours after, so I kept my phone glued to me the whole night. And I was at a dance, and I was just checking my phone the whole time. And then I believe it was on a Monday when I got a phone call, and I didn't know who it was, so I answered it, and then I heard one of the interviewer's voice, and I just freaked out. And he's like, I was wondering if it's okay with you if I send your papers to Germany, which was my first choice. And I freaked out. I'm like, oh my god, yes, thank you so much. Because that meant I got my first choice, and that meant I was going to Germany. So I just flipped. So from that day to here we are now, that's all I got. So if you want to see part 2 to this video, which I don't know why I made a part 2, but there's a part 2, so click here.